So we have at the bottom, we have tengo, I have, and we have bebo, I drink, and we have necesito, I need. And we also have dinero, money, vino, wine, leche, milk, and tiempo, time. Tiempo, time. So let's start off with a very basic phrase. How would you say, I have money? I have money. Of course, in English, we would probably say, I have some money. In Spanish, that some gets omitted. So, I have money. What would that be? Tengo dinero. Tengo dinero. Now, the word for so much is tanto. Tanto. So much is tanto. Tanto. How would you say so much money? Tanto dinero. Tanto dinero. So much money. Tanto dinero. And how would we say, I have so much money, ... I have so much money, ... And actually you'll see in a second, those ... the sentence continuum is important. So I have so much money would be what? Tengo tanto dinero, ... And there's a special reason why I have made it clear that the sentence must continue. And that's because in English, so much can mean I have so much money that I never have to work again. So that so much is kind of comparing the amount of money or qualifying it. But we could also say, wow, I've got so much money. And there, all we mean is, I've got loads of money. I've got a lot of money. So in the first one, so much is either comparing or qualifying it with something else, i.e. the sentence continues, and in that case we use tanto. But where we're saying, I have loads of money, I have lots of money, and that's it, then we just have to say mucho, meaning a lot. If it's loads and loads, we could say muchísimo. So, tengo muchísimo dinero. I've got loads of money. Tengo muchísimo dinero. But if you want to use tanto, then it has to be with the sentence continuing. So, I have so much money that I don't know what to do with it. Tengo tanto dinero que no sé qué hacer. And how would we say, I drink so much wine, ... I drink so much wine, ... What would that be? Bebo tanto vino, etc., etc. So normally it would be followed by que, that. I drink so much wine that. Bebo tanto vino que. And what would it be if it was simply, I drink so much wine, like lots of wine? What would that be? Bebo muchísimo vino. Bebo muchísimo vino. Okay, leche is milk. Leche. Now if you want to say so much milk, leche, milk, is feminine. La leche. So much milk, the so much has to be feminine as well. So what would that be? Tanta leche. Tanta leche. So much milk. Tanta leche. How would you say, I drink so much milk that, and it could be ... we need 3 litres delivered every day. So how do you say, I drink so much milk ... Bebo tanta leche que. I drink so much milk that. How would you say, I drink so much milk? End of sentence. I drink so much milk. What would that be? Bebo muchísima leche. Bebo muchísima leche. or just mucha leche. Okay, because obviously here we're not comparing or qualifying, the sentence isn't continuing, we're just saying I drink loads of milk. Okay, to make a sentence a negative, so let's say we have tengo, I have. If we want to make it I don't have, you probably already know, we just put no at the beginning. So how would you say I don't have? No tengo. No tengo. And in English, we can say I don't have so much, but it tends to be I don't have that much. I don't have that much money. And that much is the same as so much. Tanto. Tanto. How would you say I don't have that much money? I don't have that much money. So, for example, you're going to buy a car and you have 10,000 and it costs 15,000, and when they tell you 15,000, you say, I don't have that much money. So how would you say that? No tengo tanto dinero. No tengo tanto dinero. And as before, it's important to note, I'm not saying I don't have much money, as in, well, I don't have that much money. We are comparing it with the amount of money that is needed. It's kind of qualified or compared. Because if we were just saying, yeah, I don't have that much money, as in, I don't have much money, it would just be, no tengo mucho dinero. No tengo mucho dinero. But in this case, it's, I don't have that much, the amount needed, no tengo tanto dinero. And how would you just say, I don't have that much? What would that be? No tengo tanto. No tengo tanto. I don't have that much. And how about if you were saying, I don't drink that much wine. I don't drink that much wine. And in this context, somebody has been talking about how much wine you drink. So when you say, I don't drink that much, you're comparing it to something. It's not the same as saying, I don't drink that much, as in, I don't drink much. No bebo mucho. No bebo mucho. How would you say, I don't need that much money. I don't need that much money, as in the amount offered to you. What would that be? No necesito tanto dinero. No necesito tanto dinero. I don't need that much money. So we've seen that tanto is so much and that much. And only in the context of comparing with something else. If we want to say so much, as in, I love you so much, full stop, then we just have to say, I love you a lot. Te quiero mucho, or te quiero muchísimo. But if we're qualifying or quantifying, and we want to say, I love you so much that I'm going to buy you, whatever, a car, then we can use tanto, because it's not just saying, I love you a lot. It's saying, I love you so much that I'm going to buy you something. Te quiero tanto que voy a comprarte, whatever it might be. I'm going to buy you something. Okay, we're just going to replace the words at the bottom here, and we're going to have hombres, men, mujeres, women, problemas, problems, había, there were. Well, it's there was or there were, but we're probably going to use it more with there were. So había, there were. So how would we say there were men? There were men. Había hombres. Había hombres. There were men. If we want to say there were so many men that ... then so much was tanto, so many is tantos. So how would you say there were so many men ... había tantos hombres, ... And if it was just, there were so many men, full stop, había muchos hombres, or había muchísimos hombres. Okay, but we were saying there were so many men that había tantos hombres que, whatever it might be. How do you think you would say so many women? So many women. Yeah, so tantos has to become feminine. Tantas, tantas, tantas mujeres, so many women. How do you think you would say there weren't that many women? There weren't that many women. And let's say we're comparing it. We're not just saying there weren't many women. We're saying there weren't that many women compared with the men, for example. What would that be? No había tantas mujeres. No había tantas mujeres. And how would you say, there were so many women. There were so many women. Full stop. What would that be? Había muchas mujeres. Había muchas mujeres. Or había muchísimas mujeres. There were a lot of women. How about, there were so many problems that, I don't know, they had to close the factory. There were so many problems, ... What would that be? And incidentally, problems, or problem, although it ends in an A, problema, it's actually a masculine word. So how would you say, there were so many problems that había tantos problemas que... Había tantos problemas que... So había, there was, or there were. The present of that is I, H-A-Y, I. There is, or there are. And how would you simply say, there aren't problems, as in there aren't any problems? Just 2 words, 3 words, there aren't problems. What would that be? No hay problemas. No hay problemas. Now, if you want to say there aren't problems anymore, so there isn't something anymore, you just put ya at the beginning of the sentence. So ya at the beginning of the sentence to make it that isn't there anymore, there aren't anymore. It could be the same with, used with tengo, I don't have any more. Ya no tengo, I don't have any more. So how do we say there aren't problems anymore? There aren't problems anymore. Ya no hay problemas. Ya no hay problemas. There aren't any problems anymore. So how do we say there aren't that many problems anymore? There aren't that many problems anymore. And automatically we know we are comparing, because by saying anymore, we're comparing with what there was before. So we don't have to just use there aren't many problems. We can use tanto or tantos or whatever it is to compare. So how would you say there aren't that many problems anymore? There aren't that many problems anymore. What would that be? Ya no hay tantos problemas. Ya no hay tantos problemas. How would you say there aren't that many women anymore? There aren't that many women anymore. For example, in a particular workplace, what would that be? Ya no hay tantas mujeres. Ya no hay tantas mujeres. How about, I don't have that much money anymore. I don't have that much money anymore. What would that be? Ya no tengo tanto dinero. Ya no tengo tanto dinero. How about, I don't drink that much wine anymore. I don't drink that much wine anymore. What would that be? Ya no bebo tanto vino. Ya no bebo tanto vino. I don't drink that much wine anymore. The word for people is gente. People, gente. How would you say, there were so many people that, there were so many people that, and before we do this, so we know so many will be tantos or tantas, but gente is a singular word. In English, people is plural. We say there are people. But in Spanish, it's singular and it's feminine. So a lot of people, we would say many people in English, and they say much people. So how would you say a lot of people in Spanish? Mucha gente. Mucha gente. And going back to the original question, how would we say there were so many people ... What would that be? Había tanta gente ... Había tanta gente que no pudimos entrar. For example, we couldn't get in. How about, there aren't that many people anymore. There aren't that many people anymore. What would that be? Ya no hay tanta gente. Ya no hay tanta gente.